What's going on YouTube? Welcome in. Take another beautiful build for you. Today we're building not an all AMD, but a cheaper budget AMD system. And we wanted to set it off in a really cool, interesting case, which we haven't really built with on the channel in quite some time. That's right, we're building in the Fractal Pops, and today we're building in the black and orange themed case, which will look absolutely killer. He wanted to go with a little bit of a Kansas City Chiefs kind of theme on the system, so we got the little Chiefs logo on the side, which is actually pretty clear and transparent and translucent, so you can see through it. So it's actually cool on the side of the glass of the case. But anyways, let's get back to the specs of the system. We're starting off with the 7600X, which is a really good starting point for any kind of gaming system in today's standards. 7600X can do really well in any kind of 1080p, 1440p scenarios, as well as giving you upgrade paths with being an AM5 platform. On top of that, we've got 6000 CL30 RAM going in today's system and 32 gigs. We've got a 1TB NVMe drive coming over from Kingston and the NV3. We're cooling it with the Vetroo 240, which is a really good underrated budget cooler. It'll be easily able to cool this CPU and other CPUs like the 7800X3D or the 9800X3D down the line if you choose to upgrade. And for the graphics today, we've got a 4060 Ti coming over from Asus and the dual variant. And then we're powering it today with a 750 watt GL coming from MSI. And with the motherboard today, we have the MSI B650 Gaming Plus Wi-Fi, which is a really good budget system, budget motherboard as well. All that said, it's an absolutely beautiful little system on that budget side of things, right around over just over $1,000 for a little mini budget beast. Those things below in the comments. Make sure to hit that like button to help us with the algorithm over here on YouTube. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well if you want to see more beautiful PCs like this ending up over in your YouTube feed. And you want to catch us live on it raw like it is right now as I butcher this probably almost a record-setting intro. You can join us any Monday, Wednesday, or Friday over our Twitch channel. We shoot around 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and we hope to see you soon. We get over to the build station, take a look at the front camera, and there it is. Oh, I see the Chiefs logo. You guys see that Chiefs logo? I see it. All right, there's that beautiful case I said. Let's get started. For all those that are fans of the Chiefs, there it is, little Chiefs logo, little transparent Chiefs logo on that build. Looks pretty nice, a little snazzy. Get started on today's build, go top down, get the motherboard out. It's a budget case, I have no problem with it, but this board we can start skewing because they're finally back in stock. Because you can put even a 9000X3 in this one as well. Now you're not gonna get any of the crazy overclocking with on like an X870 board, but you get the performance of it on a board that's like 160s-ish realm. It's a good budget board, but actually performs really well. It's pretty much like the Pro A. Honestly. I would say the only thing bad about this board is the I/O on the back. It's a little bit lackluster, but still pretty solid. And then you have to put the panel on. But this is like a really good entry-level board. You still have plenty of power, plenty of NVMe. It's Gen 4, so it's not Gen 5 like an X870 board, but it's still really rock solid for a really good entry-level board that you can upgrade on. It has a good upgradable path. So it'll do well. I mean, you have 7 USB. 3.0 on the back, a Type-C, and then your 2.5 gig, and then you have Wi-Fi, I believe Wi-Fi 6. So it's a really, really good board. Get the 7600X out, drop down the socket. There it is. There it is. Down and in, down and in. There we go. So our NVMe drive and our RAM will be next. NV3, 1TB NVMe drive, up to 6,000 megabytes per second. Fantastic little budget drive. Probably one of our favorite budget drives right now. Since the NV2 has been end of life, which AJ, we have to update that on the website. Now everything's gonna be that we sell NV-wise, I mean the NV3, AJ. They are no longer being carried at distribution level. We're now upgrading everybody who's been ordering our systems in the last probably like month have been on the NV3, which has been a free upgrade. Even though they do MSRP about $5 more, we begin to let people that free upgrade. Fantastic little NVMe drive for the price. Down here we go. Next will be our RAM. In we go. With our RAM, 6000 CL30, the sweet spot of AM5 build still. Really good speed on that memory. In we go with the 2 DIMMs. There we go, all in place. Motherboard's all built. It's pretty basic today because the coolers have what's called the factory tension clips. Use the factory clips that are on the motherboard. So we have our 7600X down and in the socket here. We have our 7600X down in the socket on this B650 gaming Wi-Fi board from MSI. We have a 1TB NVMe drive down in the slot here in the Kingston NV3, up to 6,000 megabytes per second, Gen 4 drive. Then we have 32 gigs of 6000 CL30 RAM coming from Team Group and the T Delta RGB. Next, we're gonna get the case out, which you guys just saw me have here a second ago. That beautiful, beautiful case today. Little Pop Air from Fractal Design. Kind of like their budget case, but it has a little bit of flair. By a little bit of flair today, you can see it has the black and orange. All right. All right, there we go. Let's get our back panel off, get our glass off. Little Chiefs logo today. There we go, slide on and off. So the back you can see here, you can see all that orange.
Nice and clean. Something different today, which I'm all about, something a little different. I really like this case with like, let's say a tower cooler or a 240, because all you can fit on the top here is 240. But the great thing about, again, about the Fractal Pop Air, it's a very budget entry-level case while having a lot of options. Like you have a side mount SSDs, a lot of, this right here, you can mount your SSD trays, things like that. You have a bottom panel SSD, a lot of space in your basement. The fan and the RGB is all daisy chainable, which is really nice. You still have your dual USB 3.0 and only do USB 3.0 up top, no Type-C. But it's just really, really nice. You have your headphone jacks, you have your, you do have a Type-C. You do have a Type-C port. It is not installed though. It's something you have to add on. They have the capability for a Type-C on the top, but you don't have it installed. Interesting, but it's a really clean case, budget entry-level case. You have the quality of Fractal. Then here is an interesting thing. So you have your tray. There's been names for this tray before. Parts and screws, stuff like that. You can imagine what people call that tray. Let's go top down. To start on this motherboard chat, keep your download, your download RAM. You can keep your downloaded RAM there. Your USB thumb drives, any other green things you want to keep in there. Get this back plate installed. All secure. On the back, everything's good. All right, everything as it should. The great thing about Fractal is they actually have a different kind of screw, which you have right here. For their, like, they have a center mount point, and then you have your other 8 screws, which you have here. Let's go down and in on those 8 screws. The center post, yeah. So you have the center post with 8 pins. So the center post is actually meant to be able to help people who install it vertically. I install laying down just because it's a little bit easier, honestly. You gotta line the mounting points a little bit more secure. So I have no problem with either one, but. Motherboard's in and start working on the front panel connections. I'm gonna need my light back here. I'm gonna take these out. I don't like them here on the back. Honestly, I think I rather do zip ties with all the cables we have going today. It just makes it a bit easier. We have all our RGB, we have our USB 3.0, we have a SATA, which has an onboard RGB controller, okay, in today's system. We can start working on cable management here in a second. So the RGB is all daisy chainable today. Some fan header we have right here, which is nice for our front fans. Plug it in right here. Now let's work on our front panel connections. We have our Type-C, or sorry, USB 3.0 header, which is gonna be actually on the bottom today. All the way on the bottom here, all secure. Our front panel connection will be next, which is just gonna be for our power switch. Easy peasy, down and in. So once we get this in, we're gonna work on our power supply for this chat. Show the cable management on the back so far, how we're looking here in a second. And our rear fan, we're gonna hook up to the daisy chain for all the fans, so all on the same circuit. All right, cable management's looking pretty tidy on the back. There we go, looks pretty clean, nice and neat. We're gonna work on our power supply next. Today we have an MSI 750GL. This build was right around the, I think 1300 with everything, labor and everything like that. All right, CPU 1, CPU 2. You don't need both CPUs for today's system, but we're gonna have it already installed, so the customer never has to worry about that down the line. I'll need a PCIe today. Actually, have a PCIe single pin there, it's even better. All the other SATA cables, things like that. The 24 min will go out here, but the other SATA cables, power cable, 12-volt high power cable all go in the bag in the motherboard box. All right, there's our power supply chat. Our modular power supply, everything is in that we need. We're gonna slide this in, pop right in, slide it in. Power supply basements. All right, guys, we got the cooler installed right now. Our Vetroo B240. Let's work on the fans chat. Vetroo 240, really good budget AIO. That's what we got going on today. Look at the tubes. There's some strong tubes we got here. Let's get our fans on this radiator. Fans are good, they're good. All right, awesome. Now we got the rad pretty much assembled. We're gonna work on getting the mounts on for the pump. We have the cool plate contact on. We can go around here. Get our standoffs for the cooler now. Our standoff slightly in place, get it slightly screwed, there we go. The next one in place. And then we're gonna start working on getting our pump mounted alongside thermal paste, but there we go. It's now ready to go on. Get this box out of the way. All right, we're gonna go top down, get ready to mount this AIO chat. Put the thermal paste on, get it mounted. All right, thermal paste in, X marks the spot. All right, on we go. Place, let's get this clip and then tighten it down. Nice and secure. You'll get an RGB splitter here in a second, chat. It's the only thing we'll need because of the RGB on this. We have 3-to-1 because they don't daisy chain, unfortunately. It's the only thing bad about the fan, but we have a 3-to-1 header we can grab really quick out of the shop. I'm gonna get this mounted, and I'll spin it around so I can give you a better camera angle so you guys can see. There we are. Got the cooler on. We're gonna mount the rest of the screws in here. We're gonna do a bunch of cable management to do. We are getting there, chat. We are getting there indeed. I'll get the rest of this done so we get that GPU and next get ready to light it up. It's gonna look nice today, chat. We're just connecting all of the daisy chains in the back here, this header, so they're all secure. All right, there we go. Much better. Now we gotta put the rest of these screws in up top, chat. Okay, so it's sort of budget and spill. I wanna have some money and get a Wi-Fi PC. I mean, just the CPU. The motherboard's a budget option. The NVMe drive is a budget option. It's like, we're just kind of showcasing a bunch of budget parts. The case is a budget case. Power supply is a little bit lower on the lower end for budget. But like things like the RAM is pretty much industry standard. GPU is a little bit higher than a budget GPU, but it's a good quality GPU. So we just try to showcase a bunch of budget options in the system. The NV3, the 7600X, the case, the motherboard, they're really all good budget options. All right, rad's all in, chat. Tighten them all up. So we hit them with a low torque earlier. It's a little bit more torque than the other one does. There we go, all in. Now we have to just work on our GPU. You can see here we did pretty good on the cable management today. Not too shabby. Okay, we have a 4060 Ti, the Asus Dual. Fantastic GPU. Beautiful little 4060 Ti, Asus Dual. Fantastic little card, good value, good performance, also smaller form factor. Let's go in right away. 3, 2, 1. Nice thunk, you heard that? There we go, look at that, nice and secure like that. Let's get our cable, our PCIe 8-pin, nice and secure. GPU, there we go. Fix this cable, make it a little bit cleaner back here. There it is, chat. She's all done and looking good. There we go, chat, you guys ready to light it up? The back panel on.
We build these PCs you see live here on our YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday now over at twitch.tv/stints. Come over, say hello, watch us build the PC, and ask any questions you have, and let's go.